So the other part of my install I had done on my camper, which was the inverter part of the solar package that I had done by others, which I will not mention their name, I guess, was the actual inverter for 110 power. It is. There's a couple of things that I had to explore and figure out how they did it and why they did it the way they did, because there's only a couple outlets in the camper that actually this thing powers, and I couldn't get a good answer from the installer. I ended up calling other people and looking up on the internet. Come to find out, in the Keystone 2021 and newer, they start putting in a loop back here, Romex loop, that they run from the main power panel to here and just loop through, that only powers up a few specific outlets of the manufacturer's choice. So when they install this, all they do is cut that Romex, connect the actual shore power, or the power side, to the inverter, and then the load side goes right to the outlets, and that's how they just get two outlets to work. That was kind of weird trying to figure out how they just did that, if it wasn't already pre-wired, without tearing the camper apart. So that's what I found out. The other thing I wish you would have told me about is this display for the inverter. You gotta just about lay on your back and go outside, turn it on and off, and of course all the information. When I was picking it up, somebody in the background mentioned, why didn't you sell them the remote? And that kind of stuck in my head, and I went on basically Amazon and looked up this inverter and found the remote panel for just under $90. This is fairly easy to install. It's just a phone type connection back there, plugged in the back. Came with the cable. This camper anyway was fairly easy to install. I gotta tie up the cable yet. There's a little panel here that opened up. Right behind it is another panel right inside the camper, that all I had to do is basically cut out the opening for the remote. Now I don't have to go outside to see what's going on and turn it on and off. Simple as that. That's pretty easy. Sometimes it's fun to tweak and do them little modifications compared to the total install, which can be a lot more harder. Gluing brackets up on the ceiling, or on the roof I should say, and all that, compared to little modifications like this are a little funner. But there it is. As far as a follow-up on my charger system itself, it's probably the first time that I actually now, at least on the inside of the camper, I dang near show a full battery compared to almost only a third all the time. Eventually, I probably will be installing a dual battery system to get a little longer life out of the inverter. Maybe I'll do a video about that too. I don't know. Anyway, that's it. Thanks.